This one goes way back. Before I took up reporting. I started my gig, in the journalism fraternity as a photographer. To my surprise, I landed a steady job. I went to the Star, and I had a couple of good years there, taking photos and all that. Those were the film days, and there was this very interesting incident. So what happened was, any photographer who drives, they have their own car and all that, right? They are perceived as taxi drivers. So some of these new reporters, they have no transport. They were asked to hitch a ride. Some made full use of it. Some took full advantage. They get photographers to drive them here and there, like those photographers were their chauffeurs. So to begin with, if you start your job as a reporter, you don't have any form of transport. You were given a transport allowance, a fixed allowance for you to take a cab, ride a bus, take a commuter train, whatever, just as long as you get to your assignment and come back to file in your story. If you have a motorcycle, you get petrol allowance, you get to claim. You have a car, you get a petrol allowance, you get to claim mileage and so on. So I drove a car. And early in the morning, they assigned me to this new feature writer. She said, "Can I hitch a ride?" Yeah. I went to the office, collect my assignment sheet. She jumped into my car. So I said, "Wow, you're new." Yeah. Some graduate from a university in the US. So we went to this international Islamic university. She was interviewing some foreign students. Then this Russian guy asked me, "Hey, you earn a lot?" I said no, but my colleague here, she's a reporter. She gets a better pay package than me. So this lady, she just turned around and said, "Yeah, of course. I get paid more. I'm paid to think. These guys just take photos." So I said, okay. So I went back to the office, dropped my film and all that. I moved on. So on the same day, the editorial manager, Cik Samani, but also known as Uncle Sam, asked me, macam mana budak reporter baru ni? Then I said, agak sombong lah kan, pasal dia ni, bila orang tanya dia cakap, I get paid more compared to this photographer because I'm paid to think. These guys just take photos. So Uncle Sam threw a fit, right? He took the news to other people, most of the senior guys there, and the other photographers caught wind of this conversation. They also went apeshit. So this is what happened. The following day, the reporter wanted to go somewhere, but she wanted a ride. She wrote there, "Please assign photographer with car. I need a ride." So one of the senior there, one of my sifu, she came in and said, "Okay, who's been assigned for this job?" Then my sifu said, "Look, since you're paid to think, can you think of a way to get there? We are not taxi drivers." So this lady just barged out of the room and she looked very upset. So everybody had a good laugh, Then I said, "Yeah, you got transport allowance, why don't you make use of it?" Then she put two and two together. She said, "Oh shit, man, I told one of my interviewees that I'm paid to think, these guys just take photos." So the way she said actually implied that most of these photographers are just mindless creatures. They know nothing but to take photo. And this story about reporters treating photographers as taxi driver, it's apparent. in another incident, okay, that time I left the Star. After a few years, I left the Star. I joined a smaller newspaper. There was this lady who was also previously from the Star. She left and then she joined this small setup as a reporter. Quite a funny person, you know, and also she really knew how to abuse the system. So one day, I had another job. I was on assignment with another reporter in town. She paged me, so I went to the nearest payphone, called back the office, said, "What's up? You come back and pick me up. We go to Klang." Then I told her, "Hey, you ride a motorcycle, you know, you got transport allowance. Why don't you go and meet me there?" No. Slam the phone. I say, "Okay, fuck it, I'm just going straight to the location." So while I was at it, I drove, my pager beep. This time was like, call the office, you know. So I called the office. One of the sub-editors picked up the phone. "You better come here. I order you to pick up the woman. Okay? I order you." So I said, "Wow, these people really too much lah, you know. Really abusive, you know. I order you." So I say, "Okay lah, never mind lah. I don't want to create any issues." I went to the office. I picked this lady up. Then she said, "Oh, I'm alone riding, very dangerous, blah blah blah, ding ding ding." And I said, "Okay, never mind." So we went to Klang, to one of the police station, one of these IPD, to interview the Klang police chief. After we are done, I dropped the lady off at the office. I want to balik rumah. I want to go home. She gave me this roll of film, said, "Develop for me." I said, "Okay, I developed for you." So I took the roll of film to the color lab, developed. I gave back the negative, and then sometimes reporters say, "Okay, I need you to develop." They take their own photos. "I need you to develop and make me a few prints." So there was picture of babies and all that, and one roll of film, there's 36 exposure. The actual assignment, she took 2 frame. The rest was some baby photo. So I just print 1 or 2 baby and all that baby photo. I thought that was part of assignment. When I gave her, "Okay, here's your negative, you know, here's your photo." The moment she saw the baby photo, she bugged me, said, "You're not supposed to do." I said, "How the fuck I know, you know, whether I'm supposed to print or not? You know, you gave me the negative, so I give you back the prints and all that. Whether you use or don't use, that's your problem. But the way I see it, right, you took two photos and the rest are all baby print. You are the one with the problem." Then I told the boss, I said, "Boss, what the fuck is this like? You know, we are not taxi driver, you know, drive you here, drive you there and all that." Then my boss exploded. Called the reporter to the room, called the sub-editor who said, "I order you." He gave them he literally handed back their ass to them. So that reporter you know, stop doing all this nonsense lah, drive you here and there. Ultimately she left the setup. Well, I think she couldn't take it. So having said that, there's nothing wrong, you know, if you need to ask for a ride and all that. But when you say something, before everything leave your mouth, you must think of the consequences. If you don't, you know, you have to bear the consequences. Bad things happen, you know. But anyway, yeah, that's my gig before I went on to take up a job as a reporter. And yeah, I want to maintain, you know, photographers are not taxi drivers. They are there to assist you. They're there to help you create history.